You're listening to Two Girls, One My,
Get smart about your money.
with the Shift Control session brought to you by moneysmart.co.za.
Shift financial control back to you.
And we're back, and we've got so many people coming in and out today.
I know, it's a lot of fun.
Quite exciting. So that money was obviously for moneysmart.co.za.
I thought that was for me, Angel.
It was for you, and because of that.
Well, that
A
too.
nice little mix. And we've got Toby in studio again.
Hey, Toby.
Toby, the CEO of moneysmart.
Hi, ladies.
Hold on, let's turn you on. Speak again.
Good afternoon.
No, just one more time.
Good afternoon.
4. Oh my
There we
goodness.
go.
There you go. 15 times to go.
We got it right, though.
Yeah, there you go.
How's it?
There he is. Sorry.
Welcome to the
So many
party.
buttons.
Thank you.
So, we're going to be chatting about credit ratings today. Yes?
And getting out of debt.
And there we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, like debt is, yeah, a terrifying thing. So how, like the,
Well, nothing's sure in life except for death, taxes, and debt.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
unless you manage
Getting
money
into
properly.
debt.
That's basically one of the 2 to 3 things that you can most definitely be sure of in life.
Yeah.
You're gonna die. I just can't give you a date for that. You're
Yeah.
gonna pay taxes, and probably the longest relationship you'll have, according to new statistics, is with your bank and the debt that you have with it.
Yeah, I read
Unfortunate.
something like paying off your home loan and marriage statistics. Like you actually commit to your 25-year paying off a home loan, and statistically more people are committed to their houses than their marriages. And like these are crazy stats where like finance actually becomes your biggest relationship.
Yeah, most definitely. But it's also like, if we talk about these statistics, we also talk about it in such a bad way and where it has a negative kind of like a negative impact. And it's not necessarily should be that case. Yes, there's like both parties to take in considerations, the consumer and the credit provider. Did the consumer like amend the credit in an irresponsible way, or is he paying it back irresponsibly? That's a different thing. Did a bank loan it to you when you couldn't afford it, or did they give it to you on maximum and knew they couldn't afford it, and counted that your employer will probably give you some sort of salary increase so that your salary will meet up with the installments over time. And that wasn't the case in the last year or two, where the economy had to, we've just come out of a recession, things were stabilizing, interest rates came down, and then people could start to borrow because suddenly their salaries or their cash flow could afford debt installments.
Well, to borrow, you obviously need a positive credit rating. But how do you go about getting one of those?
All right, so recently we've had a lot of students, practicing their finances on moneysmart, and one thing that none of students finishing varsity or university, 5 years of studying, has never seen a credit report, right? Now this is a detailed document of your credit history, who provided you with credit, where did you work at, who's looking at your credit profile, how the banks are rating you, whether you're a good banker or not a good banker, a good client for paying debt or not. And one of the fascinating things was that students didn't know how they could go about accessing credit, and secondly, how to manage it responsibly or what the criteria are. And it's funny for me that banks aren't making a big enough effort that every time they provide you with a loan, they should actually give you some sort of document or interface where you could manage all of your credit information and also see how you're paying or not. Now, this is a very powerful tool. You can get one on moneysmart. So there's one of 2 options. You can get a once-off credit report, or you can get a monthly one. We advise that you get a monthly one because that way you can see whether you're making a good progress or bad progress.
Because this is the interesting thing, right? I was helping writing one of the columns with you guys with debt, and it's like my grandpa taught me, never have a credit card, you never. And in the old school of
Everyone's.
thought, everyone was like, never go into debt. But like you're saying with this credit report and stuff, you actually, in today's society, that people don't trust you unless you've got a credit history. So you've got to sort of create one, and like you were talking about, good credits is the way to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously need to prove that you have some sort of income. Well, that's the first priority for any credit provider, and a physical address, whether your dad's still paying your rent or if you're renting with somebody else. You need a physical address and obviously some sort of proof of income. We call that FICA. Now, the bank needs that to identify that you're a citizen and that you are sort of in the economic system.
Part of society.
That's correct. Now, once you have that, the easiest way to get access to credit, if you've never had, is to open up a clothing store account. But now there's a couple of things here, right? For ladies, don't be tempted to go and just like ramp that up to the maximum that the credit provider provides you. But there's also this thing that you can take out, you can buy clothes on a 6 months installment without any interest for the first 6 months, and thereafter they'll start levying interest. Make sure if you buy clothes, buy it for 3 months payment and just stop right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And you
Yeah,
also
because then
get
if you
nice-
constantly pay it off correctly, then suddenly you look like the most reliable person.
Yeah.
Because I wrote that in my column saying the analogy would be like, having to check in with your parole officer every week to be like, yes, I'm still behaving, instead of not having a criminal record.
It's
You're
exactly
correct.
like that. It's that noose that kind of slowly
Yeah,
either...
you're like, we're checking on you. Yes, no,
Exactly.
Well, let's cut to a song, and then we come back and we'll talk a little bit more about what's bad and what's good with debt and credit and all the cool things on moneysmart. And here's a little money song. So yes, you're listening to Two Girls One Mic, and this is our moneysmart shift control session. And we've got Toby from moneysmart.co.za in the studio.
Oh, we do indeed.
And we're talking about debt and positive credit and things that, you think positive credit sounds like an oxymoron. 'Cause
It is completely. But I mean, what makes it good credit versus bad credit, Toby?
It's basically credit that you are utilizing without any form of planning. So you haven't, made personal goals or a list of things. You haven't considered your budget, what you actually have after you've accounted for all the expenses that you need to cover first in the month, like rent and groceries and all sorts of other installments. A bad debt example is not making these lists of priorities. Good credit, I'm still trying to answer myself, but if you're utilizing it to buy an asset that appreciates in value over time, and that asset can put money back into your pocket, for example, like a little flat that you would be renting out at some stage, and the flat income can cover the installment that you would pay to the bank, then it's an asset that starts working for you, and over time it's worth a lot of money. So that would be good credit.
Yeah. So they sort of pay attention to whether or not you're being responsible with your credit creation.
And not spending
Yeah,
willy-nilly.
if you're swiping for like jet setting and like a
I would-
G6.
Also, because we have such a low financial education being conducted by people themselves, and that's one of the core things that moneysmart tries to put out there to people, is that if you want to make a loan, make it to further educate your career. If you didn't do your degree, just go borrow that 150,000 rand that Standard Bank is going to give you at no
Yeah.
security, and go put that towards a degree and
Yeah, rather than a car, because
Yeah.
that's less.
Or shiny shoes or something stupid.
Yeah, but some people borrow to go and jump in the snow in Switzerland. I don't
Yeah,
I've heard about
that's
that.
ridiculous.
Yeah, so I mean that's a form of stupid credit.
Yeah.
Smart credit is.
Well, I don't
furthering your
have a
education.
credit card. I don't have a credit rating at all, and I'm 29. So I think based on what you're saying, this is a bad thing. And you keep telling me how I should start an account with a clothing store and just immediately pay it back.
Don't debit cards also come with a credit or some kind of rating?
The debit card, like a savings account, no, but on check accounts, yes. So it moves
I've
from
got
MySo to
savings.
Mastercard.
Okay, no, I get it.
I'm so completely under the radar.
My first bank card was a little Powerpuff Girls card, and
But that was quite recent. How old are you? My age.
Yes, but
My first one was the Bob T.
no.
Bob T.
Okay, fine. That was my first
With
bank
half
card
the
because
card was see-through.
not familiar with that. But anyway, it's a Powerpuff Girls card, and I remember going and opening the account, and the woman did say that I was going to get some kind of rating involved with it.
Oh.
So
So you have a Powerpuff
No, I
credit
used to.
savings card. A credit, what?
it was a debit card,
It's
debit,
pure
but it was a
Debit
check account. So
Yeah, it was pure savings. It was brought to you by, I think it was Standard Bank. They had the initiative where you could choose your card and they'll make it for you.
my brother had the Tasmanian Devil.
See, they got little gimmicks to trick us in, eh? My card has got the FIFA World Cup trophy on it.
Well, if you have a black card, you are.
Yeah, you're pretty
rolling in
cool.
the lolly.
Pretty cool.
Mine's sort of going there.
Is it turning? I always used to wonder why the platinum was better than the gold, and then I found out about the monetary value of metal. I was like, but silver's not as cool as gold. No. So
Anyway.
yes, but thank you, Toby, for coming in. And so basically, the bottom line of this always is go to moneysmart.co.za, sign up. It's easy peasy, and see what they can do to change your credit.
Yeah, and read our content. Our content is written by expert knowledge and comparative writing. It's very easy. We see the world as you guys do today. We speak the same language on the same terms. So
And another great thing, which we haven't ever mentioned on air, is you guys have live help chat people.
That is true.
And they're very friendly, and it's live online. You're like, hello, how can I help you? Okay. And you can poke him and annoy him if you want.
I wouldn't really go on there for a
No.
sweet afternoon chit chat.
No,
but I mean,
but they have live people that you can interact with, and you say, I can't find something, or
Yes.
this isn't working, or please can you help me?
Live chat is phenomenal. I mean, we've got a 5-star customer rating for customer support. We handle quite a good amount of chats every day. People who has a concern, maybe signing up to the service, who has struggling with the service, or just people wanting to know general knowledge and get a bit more advice, and we provide them with the with the chat.
That's great. Well, thanks. Yeah.
thank you, Toby.
Thank you,
And
ladies.
Well, yeah, next week, same time, we'll go to Money Smart.
Join us every Friday between 1 and 3 p.m. for the Money Smart Shift Control session,
Budget, save, and invest with moneysmart.co.za.
the free online personal finance platform that helps you stay organized with all your money in one place.
Shift financial control back to you.